Hello guys and gals, it's Mr. BlockHead. Yes, I changed my name. Before even attempting to watch this video, make sure that you subscribe, like, comment, join my blog, follow me on Patreon, follow me on Textbook and Twitter, and heck, do all that stuff first before watching the video. Why? Why? Because I told you to. Why? In an emphatic and loud voice that causes you to do the things. I mean, obviously I was just making fun of YouTubers that ask you to subscribe all the time. Yeah, so my inventory is somewhat impacted here, and I need to fix that. I am talking like a robot. In order to fix that, I want to build an ME, a matter energy storage system. It is part of Applied Energistics 2, AE2. I may or may not have accidentally initiated a raid. I hope I don't get kicked from the server again. Anywho, what's behind me right here is the thing that I want to build. I'm here at the mining guild, and this is the ME storage system. Why do I want to build this when it's already here? Because I want to build my own. So basically, the way this works is that it stores your items in a digital form, or supposedly, inside of these things called drives. And these drives are basically like, the concept is if you were to take the actual blocks and store them as data instead of as storing them as blocks, then you're like storing them in like a computer data thingy. So that's kind of the concept behind it. The reason this is so cool is because it actually sorts everything, and I can search for like iron, and it shows me everything with iron in it that I have. And or if I search for like planks, for example, like it shows me like, oh, all the planks that I have and whatnot, and so on and so forth. So this thing is really super handy, and it can store a massive amount of items with these drive thingy-mabobbers. Aaron and the other server members have offered that we can take things out of that mining thing anytime we want, and apparently a lot of the materials to do the Applied Energistics thing are in there, but I don't want to do it that way. I want to do it myself to learn how to do it, and also I want to show you guys as I'm working on it. And over there, it seems to be the raid that I started, so hopefully it will cease when I leave. I hope it does. In order to make one of these ME storage cells, I'm going to need a, well, this stuff here. Some quartz glass and some iron ingots, some redstone, and this 64 ME storage component. In order to make one of those, I need to have a calculation processor, some glowstone dust, and these 16 ME storage components. Okay, so basically I need calculation processors. Okay, in order to make a 1K ME storage component, I need Certus quartz crystals or charged Certus quartz. I don't know why it's either or, because these are harder to make, I think. Anyway, I need those and a logic processor. So where do I get a logic processor? How do I get a logic processor? Logic processor. Okay. I take a printed logic circuit and I add redstone to it with a printed silicon. Okay. So how do I get a printed logic circuit? Evidently, I take an inscriber logic press onto a block of iron. Okay, so I need some iron blocks. And then how do I get the printed silicon? I have to do an inscriber silicon press onto silicon. Okay, so I know these presses, like you have to find them in the world, and you have to use these inscribers to make them. But those things are actually at the mining guild, and I'm okay using those to make this stuff because, yeah. Anyway, how do you make silicon, though? It's Certus quartz dust in a furnace. Okay, that's not so bad. I am now cooking Certus quartz dust in a furnace with some coal, and that's giving me silicon. Okay, that was one of the raw ingredients I needed. Okay, do you guys remember how I was going to go ahead and just use the ones at the mining guild for the inscribers and stuff? Whatever an inscriber is? I'm decided I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go find my own presses so that I can make this stuff myself and not have to depend on the mining guild. Also, so I can show you guys how to do it. So these presses actually can be found in the world inside of a meteorite, inside of a chest. So we're going to have to go find a meteorite. Evidently, We need one of these meteorite compasses in order to find a meteorite. Now, sometimes they're just on top of the world. I actually found one with Etzmine in episode 0, I think. I don't know if I recorded that, but I did find it with him. He took the presses, though, because he wanted them, and he thought I didn't know what they were, but I let him have them. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and make a charged Certus quartz crystal. How do we do that? I have no idea. Okay, I think what we can do is make one of these chargers, and in order to make a charger, we just need these iron ingots and a couple copper ingots, which I have. Real quick, while I'm waiting on that copper to cook for our thing, I'm going to grab some iron out of the storage. Looks like the raid is over. That's good. Okay, I grabbed a bunch of iron from the mining guild. So there it is. One charger. We now have a charger. Yay. Plop it down right there. Oh, there we go. You right-click it. Okay. I looked for a crank, but I don't see a crank. So you're supposed to be able to power this stuff with a crank, but I didn't actually see one in the mod list. Maybe they got rid of the crank. So what I need to do is make, instead of vibration chamber, which is essentially like a furnace that produces power, and it requires the following recipe. Some more iron and, oh Lord almighty, what is this? An energy acceptor, which is made from quartz glass and iron ingots. Quartz glass is made from quartz dust and some glass. Okay, crafting the energy acceptor. All right, vibration chamber, here we go. I think if I just put these next to each other, that will be fine, but I don't know. Okay, here we go. We're going to go ahead and put this coal in here, and we have that, and absolutely nothing is happening with that. I might need to connect these with the tube stuff. Okay, so basically I need this conduit stuff. And this conduit stuff requires me to have fluix crystals. So if I have a fluix crystal, how do I get that? Well, evidently I can blast native fluix, which is not available in survival, or I could throw a fluix seed in water, but I don't know how to get a fluix seed. How do we get a fluix seed? It is sand and fluix dust. How do you get fluix dust? That is the problem that I'm experiencing. In order to get fluix dust, I have to have a charged Certus quartz. So how do I get a charged Certus quartz if I can't charge Certus quartz? Apparently you can find these Certus quartz crystals in the world around, but yeah, I think I'm just gonna go and grab some Certus something. Maybe I can just grab this stuff from the mining guild, because yeah, I don't want to do that. And by do that, I mean I don't want to like have to mine forever to find like a charged Certus crystal so I can charge Certus crystals. That's super annoying. Okay, we're back here again. I'm just gonna grab these fluix glass cables. I'm just gonna grab, I think I need like 5 of them. I'll just grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them and see if that's enough. And then I can make these things. There's a fluix seed. Yeah, I'm just going to do that one thing out of there. I already grabbed iron, but yeah, because the only other way to do this otherwise is to like mine forever to find those charged Certus crystal quartz thingies. And I don't want to do that. Okay, I used that cable to hook these things up. Let's see if we can get some power. There it goes. Okay. There we are. We've got one. One. Okay, shocking. Yes, okay. Looks like I might need a couple more of these, so I'm just going to go ahead and do a couple more. Okay, there we go. I have that, and now I can make the compass. Compass! Okay. I have a meteorite compass. Yes. Okay, now that we're in the world, we can see that it's pointing in a particular direction, so all I need to do is travel in that direction. Hey, and look at that! We found one! There we go. Okay. we have our first meteorite. Very good. All right, so this is what they look like in the world. It's like world generation terrain stuff. So I'm going to dig inside of this thing. And I've actually done this before. But, yeah, somewhere in the middle of this thing is a chest. I think that might be it. What is that? I don't know what that is. What is that? Okay. What did I just pick up? It's a Fluix block. That's nice, and I can get some more of that Fluix dust. That's nice. Okay. So if we mine these, that's going to be important in case we need more of those ridiculously difficult to make or get crystals. And inside, we have the inscriber silicon press. I needed that. And the inscriber silicon press. And some more skystone. Okay, well, I'm going to have to go and continue to hunt for some more of these meteorites because I need more presses. I need like the logic one, and I need the engineering one probably. I think there's one other one. So this is pretty cool. I found a waystone. That's actually pretty cool. I'm going to grab that. So like I said, sometimes these things generate underground. And like, I don't know if it's like buried like in a cave. Okay, I ended up giving up on that one that was underground. I just could not find it. I dug for quite a while, just couldn't find it. So here's another one. Let's go. Okay, we have the logic press. That is excellent. We need one. I think we need one more. All right, this one's in a pretty interesting location. I think that's it right there, but I'm not sure. And there's some crazy things about, so I don't know. I don't know about this. Okay, the thing was right underneath the ice, actually. It wasn't even in that hole. It was like in a different place, so... Anywho, we have the engineering press. Okay, logic engineering, and there's actually one more. It's called a calculation press. Let's see if I can't get that one. Well, this really sucks. I died because I couldn't find my Paxel. It somehow got out of my hand, and like I was just under the water, and I died. Like, I have no idea how the Paxel like got out of my hands. Like, it like wasn't in my hand. It wasn't in my like inventory slots. I have no idea how that even happened. I borrowed Etz's dragon. All right, thankfully I was able to get most of my stuff back, but not the Paxel yet. I have to go down and find it. Huh! While we were doing that, my wand is now suddenly better. Not water again. Oh man. Okay, we got all 4 of the presses because it had the right one in there. It had that's just absolutely amazing. All right, let me grab this flux stuff. This seems important. Okay, we're back and we're ready to make this inscriber. I already made the sticky pistons. And so there we go. That's the recipes. And one inscriber. All right, let's see if we can figure out how to make this thing work. I have no idea how to use it. What was it that we needed it for? I can't even remember. Well, you know, they say the first thing to go is your memory, and I can't remember the second thing. Okay, the first thing we need to put in this inscriber is the silicon press and some silicon. Put a couple of coal in there. Let's see if it'll work now. It is doing something. There, we have printed silicon. Okay, so we're going to do that with 32 of these. Okay, apparently we can insert them from the front, left, right, and back, so I'm just going to go ahead and put a hopper here and throw these in there. Okay, so next what we need to do is put in this logic press and then put in a gold ingot, which I need to grab some of those, in order to make our logic circuits to get started making these drives. Okay, I need the press and a gold ingot. Ooh, that thing made it pretty quick. Okay, now to make the 1K drive, what I have to do is put in this thing, these like that, and then these guys. And we get 1K drives. All right, got some more crystals. There we go. I have 12 storage components. I feel like I have like some more crystals in here. I wonder how you make the crystals. Can you just make it from the dust? No, you cannot just make it from the dust. You have to turn it into... it's quite a process. I have to take sand and like mix it with the dust and then throw it in water and wait 20 minutes. I guess we can go ahead and do that to make more of these drives. I wonder what it would take to make the 4K drive though. It takes a calculation processor. How do you make one of those? All right, a printed calculation circuit, which it takes more Certus quartz crystals. Okay, so we're gonna have to make some more, or mine some more Certus quartz crystals, and I need some more gold if I'm gonna make any more of these printed logic circuits, and blah, blah, blah. This takes forever. Oh my goodness gracious, what a pain. Anyway, I'm gonna have to go get some stuff. I don't think I'm gonna be needing gold for a while. Mine has some kind of like gold maker that uses plants or something. I'm not exactly sure how it goes. I also grabbed some Certus quartz ingots, so we don't need those anymore at the moment, or Certus quartz crystals, I mean. And then what I have here is quite a bit of sand. And so then what we could do is combine it with this Certus quartz dust and make crystals. To do that, we need sand and the Certus quartz. And that makes Certus quartz seeds. This item does not despawn. Oh man, that's a lot more than I thought I'd get. I happen to have a pool of water. Throw it in. Watch it grow. Said it takes about 20 minutes, so... Okay, in order to upgrade from a 1K to a 4K, and from a 4K to a 16K, and a 16K to a 64, and all the way up to 256, which I don't think I really need... maybe 16, maybe 64 is as high as I need. So basically, like, the K number is how many blocks I can store. And then each one can store like 64 different types of blocks. So basically, like, if I had more drives, it would be better for me because I happen to have a lot of different types of items with all the building and stuff. So I'd rather have more different types than more storage. So I think that 4 or 16K would be good for me. Let's see, what would it take to get up to 16? We'd have to make that, and then we'd have to make 4Ks, and then the 16. So I need some glowstone dust is really the only thing that I would be lacking. Our crystals seem to be crystallizing. While we wait for crystals to crystallize, I have done something insane. I went into the nether. Oh lord, why am I on fire? The nether is very frightening and also very interesting. Okay, what I'm looking for is not instantaneous death, but I'm looking for glowstone. I found a withering oak log because I need some withering oak logs, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, here's the object of my search. What's this thing? Magmatic stone. Yeah, we're gonna have to take that. What's this stuff? Overgrown netherrack. And it's super smart that I'm bringing my ancient debris with me. That was a good call to bring that down into the nether. Okay, I made it back from the nether. Wow. And my crystals have grown. Look at this. That's nice. Printed calculation circuits, and that, and a little bit of redstone. And we have, wait for it, a calculation processor. All right, got one of those now. Okay, so now that we have those, I can go ahead and make these 4K ME storage thingy-mabobs. Click on that, click on that. Okay, we can make one. I now have a 4K ME storage component. So I haven't even made the drive yet. This is crazy how much crafting is involved. Let's craft this, and then craft that, and then grab that, and then craft this, and then craft some more, and then craft one of these, and craft 17 of those. Oh my. So now that I've made 4 of those, I think I can make one of these, the 16er. Yes. So all that to make one 16 ME storage drive. Component, not even the drive yet. Okay, now I just need to make more of those. Okay, it seems like the key to having a lot of these is to make up a bunch of the printed logic circuits and logic processors, these things, and then a bunch of the calculation processors, but not as many is needed of those. And then because like each of the successive storage levels requires a fairly large number of the 1K drives, if that makes sense, or the 1K deals. Because I need 3 of those to make the 4Ks, and I need 4Ks to make the 16Ks, and so on and so forth. And so it all starts with having a bunch of the 1Ks, which is all logic processors, and the Certus quartz. Okay, I've been at this a while. I'm going to craft this thing called an acceleration card. I just found out about these things. And basically, I need to make an advanced acceleration card, and then I can make an acceleration card by putting a Fluix crystal in it. We have an acceleration card. That is wonderful. All right, so now I think I can come to the inscriber and put an acceleration card into one of these cardy slots. The moment has come. I have crafted up a ton of these logic processors, a good number of calculation processors. I have a bunch of Certus quartz crystals. We are going to make as many 1K drives as it will let me. That's 33 only. What am I missing? I think it's the redstone is the problem, is the issue. So if I made those, then how many 4Ks can I make? There we go. Ooh, 8. So we have 16 4K, 17, 18 4K drives. That's nice because they stack in 16s. I really don't like the crystals. I think that's the worst part of this whole thing. I can make this thing called a crystal growth accelerator, but it takes a Fluix block and then some iron and these Fluix ME glass cable. I've made one, and what I can do is put it next to the water, I think, when I put water in this spot, and then hopefully these crystals will grow faster. Hey, look at that. They grew. Okay, and with those crystals, I have now made 8 16K drives. I'm going to be needing some of these engineering presses, printed engineering circuits. So I have the press going, and I'm going to do about 8 of these. All right, and making the printed engineering processor, we just add some silicon to it with that, and then the redstone, just like the other processors, I think. There it goes. All right, all that crafting, and now I have 15 16K storage components. There they are in all their glory. Nobody kill me. If I lose those, I might quit Minecraft. The next thing we need to craft is the actual storage cell. So the 16K ME storage cell, which means we're going to need 15 of these item cell housings. So let's make those. We got redstone, quartz glass, and iron ingots. I think I actually have the majority of those items. I can make 11 of them with current items. So that means we're going to need more of the glass to make the 15 that we require. The next thing we need to craft is the drive itself. So this is the thing that all of these are going to go into. Actually, I think we can make this now, the storage component drive thingies. So yeah, that's an exciting moment. This is a very exciting moment. We now have, holy mackerel. Okay, so we found out they do not stack. It's good that they take up a lot of space because it took a long time to make. They better take up some space. Kind of annoying me that like only one cell of my inventory was actually the thing that I've been working on for the last like 17 million hours. The ME drive. So we have engineering processors, which is why I made those, and 2 Fluix ME glass cables. ME drive. There it is. In all its glory, the ME drive. How many slots does it have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has 10 slots. And I have 15 of the things. What's 15 times 63, by the way? That would be 945, Mr. Blockhead. 945. So that's how many different items I can actually have. How many different items are there in the game? Okay, there's about 10,000 items. Hopefully by that time in the game, I will have enough Certus quartz dust to make some more of this garbage. A couple other components that we need to make before we actually put this thing together. Okay, a big one is the ME controller. This thing requires skystone blocks and Fluix crystals with an engineering processor. We have that thing now. Certus quartz wrench. The ME terminal. I want the ME crafting terminal. What these terminals are is this is like the interface where I can actually see my items. An ME import bus. We are getting very close to assembling our little storage thingy-mabob. There's a few more things that I need to craft. A Certus quartz knife. Use that to make cable anchors. Some cable facades. More of these Fluix cable thingies. Some more energy cells. That will allow us to make a dense energy cell, some covered Fluix ME cable, and of course we can't forget the Fluix ME smart cable, a copper chest, an iron chest, ooh, fancy, which will then of course allow us to make a golden chest, and 6 basic solar panels for power generation. That's from the power mod. You guys, that was so much crafting. So much crafting. This one little chest is full of like more crafting than I've done ever. Like ever. Just ever. Ever. Alright, so I've picked out a place I'm going to put this thing and how I'm going to set it all up. But first we need to address something. I've been hearing a funny noise. There it goes. You guys hear that? Do you hear that noise? Do you hear that noise? Do you know what that is? It took me the longest time. I thought that that was part of like the ambient noises mod, that like noises from outside. But it's not. It's not. That's not what it's from. Do you know what it's from? I was clearing out the area where I want to build the ME network thing in my base here, in my house. And look what I found. Someone has placed a skulk sensor and a skulk shrieker under my base. Someone. I wonder who that someone could possibly be that would put random things in my base. I have pretty much one guess. That's right. It's probably Etzmine. All right. I have carved out and semi-decorated a nice room here that I think will hold our ME storage system, at least for now. At least for the foreseeable future. Yeah, so I'm probably going to put the most of it over here. This is going to eventually become an elevator. I can also expand over here with more ME stuff if I need to. And then what I can do is I can run the cable underneath here, over here, and then basically the room I'm trying to put it in is like right there, like right here. So it's like right, anyway, it'll be really close so that the ME cable will go exactly where I want it to. And I'm going to be able to hide that cable really easily. All right, I've laid some cable here, and I wanted to show you guys how this facade thing works. So this is the cable I'm laying, and this is where I'm going to put my main terminal in here. And then here's this cable. Now, I'm going to tell you about this cable a little bit later. This cable is a little bit more advanced than the purple cable I was using earlier, and it's one of the things that I was making just a little bit ago. Anyway, this is how the facades work. Is you can just literally stick these on top of the cable and it hides the cable, which is super nice. Underneath here, I ran the cable down and then across this way, and this is where we're going to put the drives and whatnot down here. I think we're ready to build this thing. So I'm going to go ahead and put the controller there, and then we're going to go ahead and put, I think you can chain these drives together like next to each other. So I think I can do that. And then if we put the energy acceptor here and the dense power cell here, I think that might actually allow us to do all that. Now, here's our solar panel and our lens of Ender. So this is from a mod called Power. P-O-W-A-H, so it's Power. Power. It's goofy. Anyway, I'm going to put that on here. Put this on here, and nothing is happening. Yay, it's working! Yay! What I had to do was make these power cables from the power mod and go ahead and put them into our energy receiver, and then I connected our controller up to this thing, and then that should actually be powering these two drives, but we'll see if that's actually true. I wanted to mess with a couple other configurations just to see what would work, so I'll let you know. Okay, so that does not work. Try some other stuff. Okay, there we go. It is in fact powering up. The next thing we're going to do is put this panel in, like this. There we go. We have a crafting terminal. And then what I could do is extend this cable out and put a couple other terminals, but I don't really need it at this time. And then we'll go ahead and put this crafting terminal in upstairs, right here, like that. That's pretty good. And then, I don't know what else. Oh, of course. The drives. Gotta put the drives in. Time to put in the drives. Or the storage components. Storage cells. They're called. All right. Storage cells are now in. Can we put... oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. It's working. You go to the crafting terminal, and then let me put it on. Let's see, you can do a view mode. Can I do a view mode? Oh, yeah, here we go. There we go. So you can do a view mode. And then I don't know what these things are for. I think we're good. I think we have a working system. That's pretty cool. I did not know you could put the facade over. That is really cool. Okay, so like I really don't know why I thought I needed the chest to input things, because you can just go and just input things like directly into here, which is super nice. So I don't really need the chest at all. So what I think I'm going to do is just put these into the wall here. All right, there we go. That looks so nice. Now we can just start transferring everything over. So another mystery, how do you dye this stuff? I tried putting it in my crafting deal. That didn't work. I guess we'll just be okay with the purple for now. There's a way to dye it. I just don't know how to do it, and I'm getting really tired of this mod. Okay, supposedly what you're supposed to be able to do is take red dye, or take a dye, and then put the cable around it. That's super not intuitive, but whatever. Now we have that. The red is a little bit on the bright side for... but I think it goes with the decor, okay. It'll work. It will work. Okay, so that's how you do the dye. Okay, all right. This thing is done. Yay. Yeah, I really love how this thing is so small. Like, in order to build a storage that is actually storing this much, like, I would have had to, like, build, like, massive room in my house, and then I can expand this thing to hold, you know, a bazillion number of items. If I just make more of these drives and the little storage components, I could fill up this whole I could fill up this whole wall over here if I wanted to with this stuff. Of course, I'm going to need more power generation and blah, 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 but the potential for it to be a massive storage system is there. And it's really handy because I don't have to take stuff out of it and then to the crafting table. I can just craft right in here. And later on, it can do auto crafting and all kinds of other logistical things, like moving items from here to there, moving power. You can even move light from one place to another, which is pretty crazy. And it looks like a little underground basement room. It's got pipes and stuff and things moving. Yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool. This is it took me a long time to figure it out, but this is becoming one of my favorite mods so far. This has been Mr. Blockhead, formerly Hex Regulus, and I hope you guys are having an amazing, awesome, beautiful day. I know this has been a long one. Thank you so much for sticking with me, and God bless.